Hi there, Mark Chapin here, Medical Director of the Haywood County Health Department, and let's talk about this pandemic. Time for our weekly update. And in this video, we'll review the numbers from the past week. People continue to get infected, and the rate of those new infections remains pretty close to the plateau we've seen over the past few weeks, with only a small increase since the Labor Day weekend holiday. This is being recorded on Sunday morning, so please share this with someone you care about. In North Carolina, cases have remained at a steady level, which prompted the governor to move to phase 2.5. Here's a graph of people admitted with confirmed COVID and ICU admits. Nowhere near zero, but both remain flat. Total cases here in Haywood County since the start of the pandemic, now 577. That's an addition of 31 cases from last Saturday. And you can see here the curve of daily new cases and the plateau since early August. Of interest, the new cases this week include a cluster at a business. So far this includes 3 people who work there, 5 customers, and 5 other family members, 3 of whom of that total are actually in the hospital. The COVID number remains at 81, although it did dip as low as 56 early this part of the week. Those positive and isolated this week, it was 31 a week ago, now 38. In Haywood County, no new deaths this past week. And the 7-day average of new cases, remember below 6 is good, the goal is below 1. Our neighbors remain considerably higher than we are. And note South Carolina has had a significant bounce of new cases this past week. Also note the migration of the red zone areas. The virus continues its move toward the middle of the country. For Haywood County, we briefly got above 6 this week, but now in the week at 5.7. You'll notice that North Carolina remains right around 12, which keeps it out of the red zone. Jackson well lower again. You can see Swain, Macon, and Buncombe. And Henderson up just a bit. Note the marked increase for Graham. 2 weeks ago they were at 3.4, but of interest, that represents only an increase of 34 cases this past week. And remember, in Haywood County, we had 31 new cases this week. So a small population base really magnifies the effect. Much of Tennessee is in the red zone, but Sevier County is now down to 15.5. Cocke County at 9.1. Both were much higher a few weeks ago. We also follow the percent positive. Remember, 5% is the important threshold. In North Carolina, we've been steadily lower over the past few weeks, and right now are at or just below 5%. Haywood County has held pretty steady, right around 4% for the past few weeks. The current community prevalence below 5 to 7 per thousand is good, and we remain around 1.3 per thousand. So what does this tell us from the past week? We have not seen the big spike after Labor Day that we thought we might, so that's good. So to each of you who is figuring out how to do the dance well, and those who've been both doing their part and those who are now figuring it out, your family, friends, and community really thank you. So remember the 2 dance steps. Number 1, don't let the virus jump on you. Avoid being within 6 feet for more than 15 minutes with anyone, especially not wearing a face covering. And 2, don't give the virus a chance to jump from you to someone else. When out and about with family, wear a face covering. You just cannot know if you are in a pre-symptomatic stage, infected, but before symptoms begin. And that's a really contagious period. If you get infected, though, carefully isolate. And if you find yourself a close contact, honor the quarantine. Be concerned about yourself and care about others, so we can all live not so much under the shadow of this virus. So be well and be careful, especially right now.